couple days ago I picked up some sheets of plywood. We got a project we're going to be working on, building drawers for our bedroom. We did some built-ins when we were finishing up the bedroom last year, but we haven't ever got to the doors and drawers for them. So the very first step will be building the drawer bases. Cabinet doors and drawer fronts we'll build at the same time because we'll build them via the same process. But the drawers will come before that. Basically just building the boxes that make up the drawers and then putting drawer slides in. That's kind of the first step for building them. So we'll be working on that today, see how we do. And one thing we'll need to do that today is use a table saw. It is a mess. It is a big surface, and so projects just get dumped on it. And I better clean that up real quick. All right, looks puny when you get it all cut up, but that's 3 sheets of plywood right there. That's the leftover scrap, other than a couple of small little teeny strips. So it's crazy when you cut down plywood into stuff for drawers. It looks so small when you're done. You're like, really? That's 3 sheets? Assembling these a little bit different than I normally would. They're going to be paint grade, using all 1/2 inch rather than 1/4 inch bottom. Typically you do rabbets and glue them and brad nail them, but it's all paint grade and none of the screws will show. So I'm just using screws and screwing it together. It will be super strong. So last night we got these all assembled, put on drawer slides just to kind of test them out and see what kind of adjustments we got that we need to do. And needless to say, we got a whole bunch of adjustments that need to happen. So when we did the built-ins, they're just roughed in, framed. This is a very uneven cabin. There's nothing that's flush, plumb, square, level, nothing like that. So it's going to be a little bit of work to get everything to where it looks like it is level, even when it's probably not. So got lots of adjustments to do with doors, drawers, before we can get these things where we want them to be.
So since we're working in the bedroom today, I took the time to put drop cloths over the bed. the drawers aren't like filled with sawdust or anything, but they're dusty because we just did them last night. And so put drop cloths all over the bed, got the bed all covered so that we're not sleeping in sawdust later tonight. And I'm gonna help Robert get these adjusted.
It's a good thing you put a sheet on the bed.
Yeah. I know it's kind of funny, but I'm actually allergic to cats, even though we have 3. But I get around that, by not letting the cats be in our bedroom at all. They're not allowed on our bed. And then we have this situation with Ollie today where I'm glad I put drop cloths over the bed because he loves to get into the bedroom, sneak in here, and if you don't catch him, this is where he ends up. It's right in the middle of the bed. He just loves it.
All right, we have 4 drawers that are operational and not sticking at the moment. And it's taking most of the day.
Yeah.
Because those things, like we said, the cabin's real wonky, so just a lot of fiddling to try and get them in so that it would look square and level and slide properly.
Yeah, but we got it.
All right, next step's what, sanding?
Sanding and then painting.
Sanding and painting.
So I was just looking out the bedroom window into the garden and I saw Oliver pull out, hey Jess, I saw Oliver pull out something like deep out of the ground. So I'm thinking he got like a vole or a mole or something. So we're gonna go check out and see what he got.
What did you bring out of there? What do you have? Hi, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, he's such a good hunter. He's a mighty, mighty hunter. Good boy. What do you got? That looks like a mole. Look, don't throw it at me. Gross. Good boy.
Oliver is, actually Jasper's a good hunter too, but Oliver is an amazing hunter, and I 100% attribute the fact that my garden doesn't get eaten down by moles and voles and mice, and I attribute that to those guys because they do such an amazing job keeping critters out of the garden. They're really great hunters and I am super thankful for them, and my garden is too.
All right, Dee Dee got our drawer fronts painted up and they look nice. So I'm gonna work on putting some drawer handles on and getting those mounted. Our drawer pulls are fairly simple. We're just centering them on each drawer. So I need to find the center, obviously, of each drawer. You can get these at most Home Depots, Lowe's, that sort of stuff. This is just a jig for drawer pulls. So it helps you find center based off of what style pull you have. So this particular one I know matches up right here. I'll find my center. And this is the same one right here. I'll find my center. Match it up. I'm just using that as a visual guide right here. All right, got it. There we go. And those will line up perfectly.
Nice, that's easy.
Yep. It's I think these are like $5 for $5, maybe $10 for a set, but it's definitely worth the headache for trying to line up perfectly drawer handle pulls. We are working on putting our drawer fronts on, so just working with what we got. Everything's very crooked in this house, so just lining things up in a way that's going to make it look like it's straight even when it's not. And we're going to start pinning these drawers in place. So we're getting ready to pin this to the drawer, and we're just using a spacer 1/4" sheet behind it so that it doesn't suck and bow in the center of the board. The drawer itself has a flat front. We have a recess right here, so we want it to mate up pretty flat. So that'll just keep us from bowing in the center of each one of the drawers. So these drawers I've measured up for the centers for the drawer handle, and I literally just chuck some screws and pinned them through what will eventually be the holes for these. But now it's pinned in place. Now I can come in from the back side and attach the drawer to the drawer front with some screws, hold it in place. I'll pull these back out, drill it out for the bolts for these, and everything will remain lined up throughout the process. So typically you would just be screwing flat into the front of the drawer. We have a little bit skinnier rails and stiles on these drawer fronts, so I don't have any meat to catch into, so I got to go kitty corner so I still catch enough meat to hold these things in place.
So what we've done is drilled pilot holes. So now we're going to drill with a countersink bit. That way the head of the screw sinks down in the drawer and it's not sticking out. It'll be flush in there, so you won't even really be able to see it.
So that's a countersink bit. So now we got it pinned in place. We'll just back our screws back out and drill for our drawer handles right through those same holes. With our handles, they give us 2 different lengths of screws, 2 different common sizes, and of course the one we need falls in between. This one's too short and this one's too long, and you wouldn't be able to screw it tight. So simple hack for that. We have our 1/2" drawer front. We got plenty of meat here. So we're just going to drill in a little bit with a larger drill bit that's bigger than the head, and we'll be able to go in deep enough with the shorter ones to where we can get them to seat properly. There'll be just a little bit of touch up, but nothing too major. So one thing I'm paying close attention to is the outer edge of this, because that's the straight line that everybody's going to see. And so we're lining off of that. So I basically have my T-square here, and we've been working with this to kind of line things up to get us started. So in fact, I can even show you how far off.
See right here, it's pretty flush, but then as you go down to that end, you can see there's a pretty big gap there.
Yeah. So there's almost a 1/2 inch of play between these. So visually we're going to trick the eyeball into thinking it's square. Normally on cabinets, I would just measure 1/2 inch face frame, square them all up all the way around, and away you go. But on this, we're having to tweak everything a little bit just to make sure it looks visually to the eye like it's straight even when it's not. All right, we got 6 drawer fronts in. Got a little bit of adjustment to do on them, but overall I think they look pretty good. So next will be door fronts. So we'll do them the same, a recessed panel, and do 3 there and a couple on the other side. So I've got 3 drawer fronts left to do on Dee Dee's side of the room, and we'll be done with drawers for a while. All right, my love, what do you think?
I love them.
Good.
Your love loves them.
Awesome.
They look amazing. They look really good, and it's going to be so much storage. Can't even imagine what it's going to be like to have so much storage.
Yeah. I'm sorry it's taken so long to get here.
Well, that's okay. No apologies needed. We've had plenty of other projects keeping us busy, so. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this video. It was a really fun project. I'm really glad to have this one out of the way. And so next up, we will be building the doors that go on all the cabinets in here. So that'll be exciting. We'll get this space all finished up. So I'm looking forward to that. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you being here. Take care, and we'll see you soon.